Well, really a disappointing loss. I was really disappointed in a couple things, but I thought in the first half we played pretty complete. We played well outside of sending them to the foul line. We played well defensively. I thought offensively we shared the ball. We had a very poor start to the second half. I mean, a very poor start to the second half, and what will get magnified are the poor plays at the end. And we had a foul at the end of the shot clock on a loose ball, in which we should have just surrendered. I mean, they were in trouble, and we bailed them out with a foul, gave them 2 free throws. And then we have a very simple call to get Matt the ball, which we wasted a possession because we just didn't create the lead and make the pass, and so we wasted a possession in the end. But then we got it back, and unfortunately Matt mishandled it at the last second. But it's the defensive possessions in the second half that were the difference in the game. We did not defend at a level that you need to win. And the last plays, I'm very disappointed in, and they'll get magnified on the film tomorrow, but not as much as the second half defense, which was really disappointing.
Start with a question from Jeff Parado.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about the defense. It seemed like they were able to kind of do what they wanted in the paint, especially in the second half. Were they just too big, or were there things you should have been doing differently to prevent that? Because early on, you weren't hurt by that as much.
Well, I think that one of the things that we wanted to do tonight was take away the 3-point line. We did that. But when you're paying attention to the 3-point line and you leave your bigs in some isolations down low, which means you got to take away the spot and force them to catch it in a less advantageous position. And we didn't do that. We let them have a couple. We got in front a couple times and they threw over the top because they're too big. But I would say that their size was a major factor, and certainly in the second half it was really obvious that they took advantage of that matchup.
And if I could follow up, you started the game 7 for 7 shooting. The ball movement was good. Players were moving. And in the second half, you went so long with anyone scoring except Matt. Just talk about kind of how you lost that rhythm.
Well, we lost it at the start of the half. I mean, we started the second half so poorly. I mean, we started the second half so poorly, and I'm not sure we ever really got a full rhythm back. We had a couple spurts in there where we got some baskets, but and again, we would have liked to have been better offensively. But if we play defense to the level that you need to in this conference in the second half, we win. We're not a smart enough team yet. As we grow, we'll have to learn. We got to become more balanced offensively. And I thought we had a couple good looks. I thought Grant had a great one from 3 that didn't go. But again, it comes back to the consistency at the other end while you develop in those other areas.
Thank you.
Question from Jim McGill.
Which the stat line's incredibly similar tonight between the two teams, but the Cal shots were coming up off the court quite often tonight. Were guys a little bit unhealthy or tired for some reason?
Well, I mean, we're not the healthiest group, and we're probably not the freshest group, but that's part of the game. You got to be able to play through that. So, are we going to be healthier or fresher tomorrow than we were today? No, it's part of it. So you got to overcome.
Question from Ben Parker.
Yeah, Coach, could you talk about the performance of Andre Kelly in the first half and what got him in such a nice rhythm?
Well, we felt like that we could play through Andre a little bit in the first half, and he was able to be effective. And obviously, their size is an advantage for them offensively, and with the right angles, Andre was able to score, but their size also can be an advantage for him defensively. And he didn't get nearly as good of looks after the good first half.